Welcome to the Rock My Finances show on K4HD Radio and Talk4 TV, where we put the fun in finance. Join powerhouse Jennifer Jost, CDFA, CMC, and private wealth advisor, as she collaborates with you to create clarity, control, and confidence with your money, your way. It's not about the zeros, so what is it all about? Let's find out. Now here's your host and weekly friend, Jennifer Jost.
Welcome back to the next episode of Rock My Finances. I cannot even tell you how excited I am today. We have an amazing guest, another badass powerhouse woman, which is so exciting for me to talk to. This is one of the reasons why I love doing a podcast, because you meet such amazing people that are willing to sit down and chat with you and tell you all their brightest thoughts. And it's very, very fun. So today we have Miss Michele Blood. Michele, thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jennifer.
She is a multi-talented, badass woman here who has been a rock star in Australia and a songwriter. And then she unfortunately had a near fatal car accident in the hospital. She had serious injuries and she brought the good out of it. So she created amazing affirmation songs, which helped her heal her own body and in the result created worldwide success. So these affirmational songs affect the right hemisphere brain and the left, and the lyrics are part of the melody and the music, and they put it all together. And this is something that I did not know, Michele, which I'm so excited to dive into, because we do affirmations with, money coaching as well. And Rock My Finances, a lot of affirmations and visioning and all that great stuff. But to put the affirmations to music is a new one on me. So I'm really excited to talk to you a little bit about that. So tell us, I know you've been through everything over years and years. You have so much content out there. I can't tell you. I've been looking at her videos and meditations and very, very happy about that. But what's something that you want to share about the music and the affirmations together? Let's start there.
Okay, great question. And yeah, there's no accidents in life, right?
Yeah.
I was in that hospital bed. The truck driver had fallen asleep. We'd been driving for about 14 hours from Brisbane to Sydney from a gig to another gig. And I was already asleep because I'd been gigging all night. And it was about 4 a.m. when we arrived or something. I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but he went into a telephone pole because he fell asleep. And as the passenger, I had so many injuries. It's just unbelievable. I would pass out when I was in the hospital every few minutes from the pain, even though I was on morphine drip, pethidine or whatever it was back then. But what happened was I didn't know about affirmations or anything to do with the motivational trend, world, because I've been singing professionally since I was 5.
Wow.
On TV. And I had this great band. We at one stage toured for 7 years nonstop. We toured with the Pretenders and In Excess and so many great bands, Midnight Oil, and on our own with bands supporting us. We had a great record label, Time Warner, videos out there, everything. I'd worked so hard to get to that place. So the truck accident, you would think would be the worst thing that could happen to not just a singer, but a dancer as well, right? So I used to do crazy antics on stage, wheel carts and jumping up on top of speakers and getting onto the drum kit. And, I loved entertaining anyway. And so people started sending me these positive books and things, and I couldn't read because I couldn't move anything. So I couldn't read a book. But someone put on Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And why did that particular audio book change the life of a 20-something rock singer in Australia? Because it's all to do with male entrepreneurs in the 1920s in America.
Yep.
But I liked listening to it because Earl Nightingale spoke the book, even though Napoleon Hill wrote it. And being a music person, I love the timbre of his deep baritone speaking voice. It was just lovely to listen to. And I didn't care about any of the chapters. I didn't care about bored people or none of that. But the chapter about his little boy who was born deaf, and he would do what he called back then autosuggestion into the little boy's where he was supposed to be able to hear. I don't even know if he had proper. I don't know if it was formed properly. But anyway, You hear perfectly. He would speak to him every single night. By the time the little boy was 3.5, he could have 30% hearing, which was impossible because of the anatomy, not having the anatomy to hear. And anyway, when you hear something and in the marrow of your bones, you've just heard truth.
Yep.
You just know it.
Yep.
So I said, okay, I'm going to do an affirmation. He said that you've got to emotionalize it and it's got to be stated in the now. It's got to be what you want to have happen as if it's already happened. So I wrote this little affirmation. I am healed. I know I am. I love myself. I am my friend. Because I didn't love myself. I felt slightly suicidal. Didn't know if I was going to walk again properly. I just finished a 17.5-hour operation, and God bless the doctors who can stay in an operating theatre for that long, getting all the bone out that was out my organs. Don't want anyone to lose their breakfast, lunch, or dinner, so I won't go into too many gory details. But anyway, it didn't work for me because I couldn't emotionalize it, because not only was I in physical agony, but I'm looking around, listening to the doctors, and it was impossible to emotionalize something like that just wasn't the truth.
It was too far away.
Too far away.
Yep.
Guys, it's no use putting it off. The best time for an underwear refresh is now. Tommy John underwear is designed for a perfect fit that stays put all day. There's zero chafe thanks to 4 times more stretch than competing brands. And their innovative horizontal quick draw fly is a game changer. With over 30 million pairs sold, there are thousands of men out there more comfortable than you. Don't settle for less. Go to TommyJohn.com today for 25% off your first order with code COMFORT. That's TommyJohn.com, code COMFORT. Tommy John. Comfort perfected.
This podcast is sponsored by 𝗙𝗢𝗟.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created 𝗙𝗢𝗟 plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. 𝗙𝗢𝗟 bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and 0 weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all 𝗙𝗢𝗟 products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious 𝗙𝗢𝗟 sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with 𝗙𝗢𝗟.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20 to get 20% off all 𝗙𝗢𝗟 products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20.
Yeah. So I had an epiphany 2 weeks later. I'm a singer, songwriter. I'd even written jingles and sung jingles for advertising agencies over the years because it's really good money. And I understood why they pay so much money to get jingles, because you can't get the jingle out of your head. Even if you don't like Toyota, all of a sudden you're singing Toyota. Or, the reason everyone in Australia loves Vegemite and nobody else does in the world is because we're happy little Vegemites, as happy as can be. And we sing the jingle. So I said, okay, I got my brother to get a blank tape onto a cassette player, and all those ladies that are too young, Google cassette player.
Is that tape?
Tape, yep. And I started singing, I am healed, I know I am. I love myself, I am my friend. And I started singing it over and over and just listening to it nonstop. And then listening to that every day, I started perking up and feeling better, and started looking at all the things. Even if I couldn't walk again properly, I started looking at all the things that are possible for me to do as a singer, as a songwriter, and producing other people. And it just started working for me. So to make a long story short, the reason it worked was because the melody is going through your right brain, and even if it's just just singing it, and the lyrics, the affirmation into your left brain, you have a whole brain experience that goes straight into your subconscious mind without you having to believe in it, without you having to emotionalize it. You can't get it out of your head. So I went into the studio with my friend John Beatty and a couple of other musicians, and we just wrote and wrote. I just wrote and wrote and wrote so many affirmation songs, not for the public, because they're not like full-on 48-channel recorded songs. It was just a 16-channel little studio, but just for us, just for our consciousness, just because I said, if this worked to heal my body, imagine. So then I wrote the Magnet to Money song and songs about success and persistence. And it just worked for all of us, the musicians. We were just like, we kept getting more and more gigs and things were happening and my body was healed. It took a few months still. I couldn't do the things that I used to do on stage, but I could still wear high heels.
Oh, that's a godsend right there.
Absolutely, my dear. And so promoters started finding out about me because people were interviewing me on TV about my miraculous healing and all that sort of stuff. And I started gigging with 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗡, 𝗟𝗧𝗏, Bob Proctor, all these different people. The promoters wanted me to sing at their events. And
all the cool dudes, man. Your list goes on and on and on. I love it.
So they all kept saying to me, you've got to release this to the world. This is amazing. And so the promoter said, go and make some CDs. And I said, what for? And he said, to sell the affirmation songs. He went, yeah, they're really great. And I said, okay. So I made for the first gig, that was with 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗡 and Wayne Dyer, who I'd never heard of.
Hilarious.
I had 500 CDs at the back and I was like, I've just totally made too many CDs. And by 2:00 that day, the first gig, they were all sold out.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
You went straight to the top, girl. You went to the top.
And then when I toured with him and he didn't want a singer, he went backstage after the first night and he said, oh my God, I didn't want a singer. I'm Bob Proctor. I don't need a singer. But thank God they said, no, she's singing. You don't know what she does to the audience. She gets them all up on stage singing these affirmations. And he said, not only do I love what you're doing, I want you to work with me all over the world.
Oh, that's such a compliment. What a fun experience.
So that's how it took off. And I gave my band 6 months notice and then worked with Bob. And I actually ran his business and did all the seminars with musicians and dancers. He loved it. So I managed his business as well as still doing more rock stuff myself in Kuala Lumpur for 7 years.
Wow, that is so cool. Well, I'm so happy for your healing for sure after the accident. And when you sang that song, which I have not heard the Money Magnet song yet, so we're all going to want to hear that for sure. But for you to be able to just sing that, it absolutely clicked for me as well, because that's my thing, right? Is the F word, is the feeling about money, the feeling about your relationship. It's not about the thought and the visualization. You actually have to feel it. And so I can feel a song, like when you sang it, I could totally feel that. But when I'm speaking the words, it's very different. So you are spot on. I love, love, love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Since I want to get you some good juice in here, since we don't have too much time here, I could talk to you for days, but I'd love to sit with you out on the beach with a little Mai Tai or something and just pick your brain. But in the meantime, I noticed you on your websites and stuff, you talked a lot about the power of thought. Tell me what that actually means to you. What is defining the power of thought to you?
Well, it's consciousness and it's a vibration. It's an oscillation. It's a speed of frequency. And when you have a positive thought, you're in a different frequency. You're in a higher frequency. And so therefore, when people, they talk about the law of attraction, back when I was first working with Bob Proctor, the only person I'd ever heard talk about the law of attraction was Bob. This is way before The Secret.
Yeah.
And it was just, that everything I did with Bob, we manifested amazing stuff. I mean, at one stage, we visualized one of the songs that we wrote that we had 25,000 people in the audience. And I said, well, you always say double it. So let's make it 50,000 people. And I did this song called Motivation for the Nation, but I did it in the Bahasa Malaysian language. And cut 12 months later, I'm on stage with 300 people and 50,000 people in the audience singing Motivation for the Nation.
You are giving me chills. That is so cool.
Because when you visualize it with the positive thought, when you add both with the song, it just makes it so easy, because then you're oscillating, because people wonder why they can't attract what they want, and they're really good people and they're working hard and they're like, why isn't the magic happening for me yet? Why am I still broke? Why am my business is failing? Because you've got this beautiful diamond, this beautiful consciousness, this pure soul, this higher self, and it's coated with all the stuff people go through. So they can't feel their intuition, and they're vibrating at a lower oscillation. It's not their fault. And so when you listen to the songs, you don't even have to sing along. It starts popping off all the gunk from the diamond. So you start being able to oscillate at a higher frequency, and you have to resonate with what it is you want. If you resonate with it, you get it. You just get the thing you want. And so I think that's why the Magnet to Money song has been put into so many different languages and downloaded multi-millions of times. And the Songs for Success album, Bob actually wrote 3 of the songs with Songs for Success with me so that we could add all the things that people need in their consciousness to attract wealth and abundance and success in their life. So it was just, that's thought is powerful. And so if you can fill your consciousness with so many thoughts, eventually you don't just block out the old thoughts, but the old thoughts from the past that have been holding you back, that you keep repeating like Groundhog Day, actually disappear from consciousness. It's not just building on top of muck, it's releasing the muck, which is what has to happen. So the old paradigms and the old thoughts, because the old thoughts have power too. All thoughts can create. So what are you creating with your thought? That's the main thing. So yes, having control of your thoughts is vital. And that's one of the reasons why I also teach meditation, to help you stop thought so you can clear your mind, so that you can start thinking with clarity and focus and joy.
I love that. And that's what you're doing now, right? What's your life's work now? What are you doing?
Well, what I do now is we've created a lot of apps that are just incredible. The Magnet to Money app is just super, super well known now. The Magnet to Money app has morning meditations, hundreds of affirmations with the music and notifications. And there's even a prosperity sleep program. You listen to it as you're going to sleep. And the latest one that I absolutely adore, I've always loved praying for people. And I'm not, I have studied everything there is, Buddhism, Hinduism, everything. And I've just always had this love for the divine. And I just always thought as a little girl it was just Jesus Christ. But no, Yogananda taught me so much. Yogananda Paramahansa, just so many great, amazing, enlightened beings that I've read about over the years. But people don't know how to pray. They do it by begging. Mm-hmm. And so I decided to do a prayer app. It took us 2.5 years to do it. We just launched it 2 months ago. Hundreds of prayers covering abundance, wealth. If you're mourning a pet, even to get people that are jealous away from you, I just pray for you. Hundreds of different types of prayer to do with self-esteem, to release self-sabotage, real prayer. And I teach people what prayer really is. And you don't have to believe in God to be prayed for and have miracles happen in your life. It's incredible. Lots of meditations, of course, and videos to teach you how to do certain things. And that's what I love to do, and to teach people meditation so that they can quiet their mind and get healthier. Lowers your blood pressure. It's an incredible tool that doctors now recommend to all people that have had any sort of heart problem or high blood pressure, is stopping thought, which is something I'm giving away to all your beautiful people today.
Yeah, we love free stuff. Yes, please look below in the description, because you will get all the information about her gift.
Sorry, you were frozen for a little while.
Oh, okay. Am I back? I'm just saying.
You're frozen again. I wonder if that's me or you.
I can still hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, now you're not frozen.
All good. Okay, great. So I just wanted to thank you for that free gift. To look below in the description, all the listeners, and check out the free gift. It's awesome. So, Michele, let me ask you, you mentioned the mystical experience.
Yeah, the mystical experience is like a membership where people come onto my Zooms from all over the world, and I teach them meditation. We do the affirmation songs together. I do live events as well, and we have such a blast. We have a really, really great time, and a lot of prayer. But I
love that. I love that. I love that so much. So if you look back at everything, you've done so much. And since I'm a rocker, love rock music, there's no way that I can sing a note. However, I love all of it, like with the passion, love of it. From that to your accident to your healing, to be with the big boys on the stage, to be with Bob Proctor, like one of the best ever. And now where you're at, I feel like you're almost even just beginning because you have so much more that can be possible now because there's so many people that don't know this. Can you sum anything up and give us like the biggest takeaway for the listeners today? Like if they just entering into your world, what would be like the biggest takeaway about Michele Blood?
Well, I think the thing to remember is no matter what you feel, when you're never alone. You are never alone. You have a high consciousness that is your true higher self, call it enlightenment within you, and everything is possible for you. And even if you just, the Songs for Success album and the audio book, which is 15 years worth of teachings about how to stop thought and how to create and manifest in this world, even if you just listen to them, they're free today. So just listen to them and do yourself a favor and stop complaining. If you can stop complaining, it will really change your life so much. If you hear yourself complaining, stop yourself immediately and just say, what am I afraid of losing that I've got? Or what am I afraid of not getting that I want? And when you can name what it is you're fearing, that you're fearful of, it disappears. It's called mindfulness. It's called mindfulness, and it really, really works. So if you can do that, because when people are complaining, it's because they're in fear and they want to block the rest of the world, and it's easier to blame it on someone else or complain. So that will change your life.
I love that, Michele. And they're afraid of going inside to see what's really there. So grab a therapist, grab a partner, grab a money coach, grab a spiritual, grab somebody to help you to go in there and find out what it's really all about. Michele, you are absolutely amazing. I want to thank you so much. I do not want this to be our last conversation. So I'd love to be able to be in your world. I will be following you. I'll be checking it all out. But I don't know. I just feel like this is the tip of the iceberg. And I want to thank you very much for being you and being you on my podcast.
Thank you, Jennifer. It's been a blast.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you, listeners. And I want you all to be able to listen to this, listen to your affirmations, to be able to say, I rock my finances.
We appreciate you joining us today, and don't forget to subscribe to the Rock My Finances YouTube channel for more engagement and bonus content. Tell me, what is your money story? Let's find out with Jennifer right here on K4HD Radio and Talk4 TV. It's not about the zero, it's about the F word, feelings. Feelings Jennifer can't wait to explore with you next week. Until then, let's all say, I rock my finances.
Before you go, please, if you want to receive some amazing high vibrational success meditation, tons and tons of free products, go to micheleblood.com/links.